My practicum classroom was a fourth grade classroom at Westridge Elementary School in Provo. Each classroom has a Promethean board and a TV, computer labs, but for the most part, the teachers just use the Promethean boards and they use it almost on a daily basis. I wanted the students to use the Promethean board in this lesson because while the teachers use the Promethean board quite frequently, they don't always let the students actually use the Promethean board themselves, so I thought that would help with their engagement. The main focus of this lesson was on sequence writing. That was what we wanted them to learn. They had already studied the water cycle, so we figured that it would be a good idea to have them write in sequence about the water cycle. For the beginning of my lesson, I decided to use the Promethean board to go over transition words and typical things you'd find in sequence writing. So I provided the students with examples, and then I had them come up and highlight all of the transition words that they could find in a bunch of passages that I gave them. I think that the lesson went really well, and I think that the students were more engaged because they were able to come up. However, I don't think that everyone was fully engaged all the time because the students who were sitting there watching didn't have anything to do other than watch. So I think that if I had had them doing something else or searching for something, then they would have been a little more engaged. Some of the students were actively engaged while they watched because they were looking ahead to try and find other transition words so that they could volunteer to do the next one. So the Promethean board was definitely a motivating tool to get them to pay attention and try and participate because they wanted to come up and they were looking through the text to try and find words so that they could volunteer, but it didn't engage everyone all at once because there was a bit of sitting around and waiting while someone else was up at the board.